Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second edition of Search It, Skip It, or Buy It. This is your host, Ian Izzle, and this will be my review of the Elimination Chamber PPV 2012. To start things out, strangely enough, we're actually having a Raw Elimination Chamber match to start the show off. It's really strange because usually they'll either start off with a SmackDown match or a non-Elimination Chamber match, but regardless, we're going to start the night off with the Raw Chamber. This was a weird match after a certain point. It started off really well. CM Punk and Kofi Kingston started really well, but basically CM Punk got thrown into the corner where he was supposed to just hit his shoulder on the turnbuckle, and he ended up nailing his head on one of the pods, and I'm pretty sure, honestly, I think he might have gotten a concussion. I think it knocked him out for a little while, and he ended up being really woozy for the rest of the match. He ended up botching a few moves with The Miz. Chris Jericho kind of saved him a little bit, but regardless, it was just weird. He kept on kind of twitching like he was trying to regain consciousness or something, or like the lights were bothering him, I don't know. Pretty sure he might have gotten a concussion from that. The match was good. The match was exciting, especially the very beginning of it when it was just Punk and Kofi, and then eventually Ziggler came in, and he was exciting. Basically, Miz kind of killed any momentum this match had going for it. The ending was alright. The feign Miz winning the WWE title thing where he hit the skull-crushing finale and everyone was, on the edge of their seats thinking, please no, please no, please no, was pretty cool, but I kind of had it in the back of my mind, there's no way they're going to give this title to The Miz. So, fun match, not really anything special. Moving on, next match, Divas title match. This was the best Divas Championship match that I've seen in a long time. We were doing live reactions, which, just a note, I'm probably not going to put live reactions up just because there were only two of us for most of it. John didn't show up at all, and Alex only showed up about halfway in, and he was kind of on and off from that point on, so I'm probably not going to put live reactions up. Definitely be looking out for Mania live reactions, because that one, there's almost a guarantee of that. But regardless, the Divas match, very good Divas match. Tamina versus Beth Phoenix. Of course, Beth Phoenix picks up the win, still your Divas champion. All I can say is, hopefully, they either stop giving Natalya Neidhart this stupid farting gimmick and actually try and get her over as a babyface, or Tamina versus Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania with a Karma run-in or something like that, just to do something with the Divas. I don't know. Let's go ahead and move on to the SmackDown Chamber. I honestly think this was the match of the night. There are some people that think it sucked just because it was Khali and Santino, but Khali had 2 minutes. He was in there, he hit a few offensive moves, and then all of a sudden he got speared by the Big Show and he was out of it. Santino, I thought, was great. A lot of people think that Santino sucks just because he has a comedy gimmick, but realistically, look at Mick Foley. Mick Foley got over with the underdog comedy gimmick, and he ended up being one of the greatest superstars of all time. Obviously, I'm not really likening Santino to Mick Foley as far as talent goes, but they have similar gimmicks, and I think that Santino should be taken a little bit more seriously than he is as an actual competitor. It's good to know that Daniel Bryan brought as much energy to this match as he did, because as soon as the Big Show broke into his chamber and they kind of broke Daniel Bryan out of his little pod, this match picked up in pace by a mile. It was amazing. Obviously, Khali was the first guy eliminated, but the eliminations started coming out like crazy. Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes teamed up to eliminate the Big Show, and then Santino got a roll-up on Cody Rhodes, and then Daniel Bryan hit a diving headbutt off the top rope onto Wade Barrett, and Santino picked up the pin there. The last back and forth here between Daniel Bryan and Santino was great. I'm not saying it was like an amazing, 5-star technical match, but it was really fun to watch. It was entertaining, and that's why I watch these pay-per-views. Santino hit the Cobra, which Daniel Bryan managed to kick out of, which I thought was brilliant, because it's kind of like last year when he hit the Cobra on Del Rio, and Del Rio still ended up winning the Rumble. Could be a sign of things to come. Del Rio went on to WrestleMania to lose. I think Daniel Bryan's going to do the same thing to Sheamus, so Sheamus is going to be the world champion walking out of Mania, but this match was very good, very fun to watch, entertaining at its best. Next match was actually an impromptu match set up by general manager Teddy Long between Jack Swagger and Justin Gabriel, and again, solid match, very short. Justin Gabriel hit a few cool offensive maneuvers that were, I felt like he was kind of living on the top rope there for a little bit, between the sentons and corkscrews, spirals, and stuff like that he was doing. It was pretty impressive, but no real psychology to this match until Jack Swagger grabbed Justin Gabriel's leg, threw it up against the ring post, dove at his leg in the ring, and then won with the ankle lock. It's about time we finally see Jack Swagger getting some kind of exposure. It's on pay-per-view. He's been pretty much relegated to superstars for a while, so decent match. Not really a whole bunch to say. Like I said, it was impromptu, so of course it was going to be shorter than a usual match. But then we move on to our main event of the evening, John Cena versus Kane. A lot of people were going into this match thinking, oh man, this match is going to suck. They're not going to do anything hardcore. I think that a lot of people were pleasantly surprised here, because between, the wheelchair spot and them brawling through the crowd, and then the choke slam through the table, and then of course the attitude adjustment off the top of the ambulance, it was pretty good. Obviously, they're not going to be able to match what Shane McMahon and Kane did a while ago, but regardless of that, considering the limits that they were working under, it was still a very good ambulance match. This pay-per-view overall was fun to watch, but if you paid for it, you're regretting it right now, just like me. I paid for this pay-per-view, and I really don't think it was worth the money. As far as storyline progression, it didn't really do anything. No champions were changed. Not even the Divas title changed hands. No real storyline progression. Not a whole lot. So it's not even really worth spending your time on. So for this pay-per-view, I'm going to go ahead and give it a skip it. Be sure to be on the lookout. February 25th, we're coming at you. 4 Horsemen, top 50 greatest superstars of all time. I'm Ian Izzle, signing out.